Oh, there we go.
It's going.
Thank you. Welcome to the Outreach Committee meeting for November 21st of 2022. We only have basically just a couple of things on the agenda, so we'll get them done very quickly. The first thing is Powtoon. It's an animation software that incorporates live action and video animation that we saw at the conference. Mike and I did, and we were both impressed with it. And so I will let Mike take it away for that part of it.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Blank. I know the board's always looking for ways to improve and enhance our communication, and Powtoon could be one of those tools in which we can do that. At this point, I've worked with the gentleman we met at the conference. We have some free licenses set up for a group of teachers, students, and administrators. I will have to get that out to them after Thanksgiving break. At this point, we do not have to purchase a site license or any license for that, in fact, that matter. What we'd like to do at this point is try from each one of our purview and see how we can best use it to make meaningful videos for kids to engage in the content, but also for us to see how we can best use it to communicate as part of our strategic communication plan. So at this point, I have to play around with it. I recorded some links for the committee to look at. There's nothing to decide right now. And after Thanksgiving, I'll get it out to some staff, some students, and then see how I can use it. Because each one of us will have our unique way of possibly communicating. When I saw the tool, when I looked at the tool, the one thing that I was impressed by is a lot of schools are using it, or a lot of organizations are using it for induction and onboarding. That's something I didn't think about. So that's something, we're going to talk internally to look at. If it gets to the point where we want to use it, what we could do, Ms. Blake, is maybe use a single license, like just for administration, and then continue to further develop it out. But at this point, no need to take action. It's something that once I get back from Thanksgiving break, we'll get up and running.
Yeah, I have to say, when I saw the video presentation that they had and the different examples they had at the conference, I was very impressed at how engaging and dynamic the videos were and how it could capture the attention of somebody very quickly and keep it. And with the public now who doesn't want to sit there and read long letters or anything, this might be something to help keep them informed if they don't want to read the letters or do anything. Just watch a 2-minute video or a 30-second video and they actually have the information. So I was very impressed. And
yeah, likewise. Afterwards, after break, I'll see, or maybe during break, I can play with it and see how we can use it. But I'm sure there's a multitude of ways. I just haven't had time to break away and do, and that's on me.
Oh, you're not the only one. I was meaning to play with it too. But yeah, I even like the idea where he had said that that kids could use it on reports to augment their PowerPoint presentation or whatnot. And he said it was easy enough for elementary school children to use it. And I'm thinking, well, if we ever decide to go with a license of that, we'll think about it. I mean, we've got Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Premium, which you can make videos with, but they're very complicated. And if this is easier for the kids to use and get them more engaged in computers and STEM projects and stuff, I say we just keep exploring. So.
Yes, ma'am. I can look at that.
Okay, the next one is there was an app that was presented to us not an app, but a program presented to us at the conference as well, where you make a single post and it puts it out through all of your social platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, all of those, and does it for you automatically. And I'd like to start looking into that a little bit. I think they gave you a QR code to look up for, and it would show you a short video based on our school.
They did. Apogee, I have a meeting with them here in the very near future to check it out. They do a couple different things, including website, but in your case, what you're talking about is exactly right, and I have a meeting up with them here in the near future.
Okay, so I just can't remember the name. I got their generic example, but I really haven't had a chance to look at it any more than we've had a chance to look at anything this week. Holidays and family and fun stuff. But I'm hoping to get to look at that this weekend and next week. The next thing was we were talking about an inclusive playground one of the board meetings about the expenses for that. And I would like to try and do a district-wide fundraiser for playground, inclusive playground. What is it? Ground, the mulch or the sponge type play top area, and see which one would be best, and try and get it at some of the schools.
One thing we have Justin looking at for grants and opportunities to see what we can do. Again, it's my fault. We haven't really made the strides I'd like to in that area, but that's something we are willing. It's on our radar and we're trying to look at.
Is there any way we could get somebody to like help Justin spearhead that, to look into resources and
Yes.
whatnot?
Yeah, I think the one thing we may want to do is reach out to some of the critical friends in our community, like the Indiana Arc, and see what they know. They advocate for kids with disabilities and needs, and they may be able to point us in the right direction of grant funding opportunities, because we're not aware of any, and those could be quite costly, as we discussed last time. But let me have me or Justin can follow up with them either this week or once we return from break. But that's one I'd probably recommend they reach out to.
Okay, I mean, I just don't want to limit ourselves with just the grant, and that I want to try and reach out to the community as well, because if they invest in it, they're going to be invested in it. They're going to want to see it succeed much more than if we just put it to them as a fait accompli, you know.
Yep.
Give them a stake in it, stake in the game. And I know there's a lot of special needs parents that would love to contribute to the thought of having a playground their kids could play at on another end of town besides the Y. So
yes, ma'am, I agree as well. And I know some reach out to Justin. I just haven't followed up with them to get an update, and that's on me.
Mike, I love you very much. I like you a lot, but you can't do everything. You do. I'm just saying, get somebody else to help out. Tap board member, tap anybody. Because there's so much you're trying to reach out on your own with, and I don't want you to have a heart attack before you're 50.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. And how are the radio spots and the newspaper the school being centered in the newspaper? How are those spotlights going?
The schools are going well. The kids have been going down the radio. The schools have been going down the radio. We're doing the student month of the Chamber of Commerce. The other one that hasn't really done much is me as of late. I haven't been down to their radio station in at least 2 months, 3 months. That's something that I just, it just hasn't been on my list or my radar. But the kids are doing well and the schools are doing well, and the outreach is happening that way. But I think one thing I could do is try to, do a little more of the visits as well as the written communication. I just haven't done that as of late, the last couple months.
Okay, now we're headed back to the whole you can't do everything again.
Yes, ma'am.
Order somebody, tap somebody else, get their viewpoint on the radio.
Hey, Mike,
yes,
can I jump in real quick? This is Kevin. Yeah. The kids have been really doing a great job going there. We actually were just there last week, Miss, and the elementary schools were all there, well represented. They were on the radio station, and I know we've been putting stuff out on our Facebook page, Twitter page. The principal, we put some pictures on the principal newsletters that go out on our SMORE digital principal letters, which go out to all of our families. So I just wanted to jump in and echo that it's been doing really well. The kids are really excited about going there, and the radio station has been nothing but kind and supportive every time we've gone there. So it's been working out really well, Miss.
Wonderful. And you were saying about
I was
radio?
going to say I saw last week's because my son Roman was actually one of the students of the month.
Oh, really? That's wonderful.
But you could just tell they were all glowing. All the kids absolutely loved the interaction, and they kept them moving, asking interactive questions. It was. I didn't know really what to expect, but it was really nice. It was good.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Like I said, Mike, you need to delegate more, hon. Okay. Sorry, you shouldn't use that. You should delegate more. Like I said, you do a lot, and I don't expect you to keep every ball juggling from every committee. And right now, there's about 4 things on here that you said that you needed to get going on or you needed to work on. and that's just one committee, and this is one of the smaller ones. So,
Small but mighty.
small but mighty. So,
Yes, ma'am.
but I'd like to, when we have our next outreach committee meeting, I think it's not until January. I think I'd like to bring up all of the stuff we had been thinking about doing previously in the year and try and work out a timeline to work on the different things.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. The one thing that we have been getting a good return on investment as far as people looking at is the SMORE newsletters. I'm getting over 2,000 views each one of my newsletters, and I'm looking at the principals, and they're well over 1,000. So people are interested in what we're communicating. It seems to be getting the outreach that we want and the connection we want. And the next part of that would be to embed the videos as you, whether it's Powtoon or something else made, but that's going to be our next kind of one of our next hurdles that we want to address.
Sounds wonderful.
Tammy, Mike, Mike, Tammy, on number 3, when you're talking about some money for this, do you think we can reach out to Joe again, Pittman? You know, he's taking a leadership role now in the Republican Party down there, so will be able to bring more money to the area.
I think.
Yeah,
At least he can steer us again like he did before with Walmart on where to go to get money for this type of thing.
Yeah, I think it's an excellent idea.
Yep,
I
we
mean,
can
I'm willing to
definitely
meet
do
with
We
him.
can definitely reach out. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
Yeah,
'cause
if you're okay with it, Mr. Earhart, maybe you and I can go because it worked out last time, sir. You were there with me.
okay. Well, I'll give him a call this week and see when he can be available. Maybe we can get up and meet with him maybe next week or so.
That would
Yeah.
be perfect.
Okay.
yeah, I would love to get some traction going on that. We'd been discussing it a couple of years ago. It kind of fell to the wayside. I'd like to see it take off as well, like the outdoor play classroom did for Ben Franklin, because that is just such a feather in the cap.
Absolutely.
And I know a lot of special needs parents would love to have more playgrounds available for their kids.
Well,
So,
at least for the ones that are in our school right now,
Oh, yeah.
they can't get up to them. That's one of the problems. They can't get there. I mean, when
exactly.
you come out of Ben Franklin to go up that one up the hill, it's all gravel, and to get a wheelchair up there, it's very hard. And all the stones are coming down and going into the school with them.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's gravel, we do need to get that taken care of. And I'm sure the other ones are the same way. I didn't look at all of them, but they're all the same way.
Yeah, they're not the best. But we always do better. Always do better. All right. If there's nothing else, I think we're pretty much done with outreach for the year.
Okay, sounds like a
Unless you
plan.
want me over Christmas, and I'm okay with that. I just don't expect me to be there.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Thanks, Tammy.
You're welcome. All right, we'll see you guys at the building and grounds.
All right, see you there shortly.
Bye.
You're right.
I got my Christmas trees today.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sad.
You got your
could
pine
try to
tar all over you.
Scrub myself again.
Where'd you get your trees at?
I'm not allowed to say because they weren't open.